Good morning. My name is Karen, and I am the Twitchy Stitcher, or on Instagram, Twitchy Stitcher 01. I want to welcome you all to my craft room. If you're new, thank you for stopping by, and thank you to all my friends for continually supporting me. I really appreciate you and all your wonderful comments. Today is Wednesday, September 8th. And this is Floss Tube number 5. This is my wrap up for September. I cannot believe it's October already. The year is flying by. But in September, I did 18,015 stitches over 30 days. I have 2 new starts, which was Hello Winter and Spring Quaker. And I had 2 fully finishes. So the first one is Fairy Delights Biscornu by Joan Elliott. And I started doing, both me and Karen, the Stitching Owl, decided to do a Biscornu, but the bling on this is something else. Let me just check the stats on it. It is 14 count pink Ada, and it is 1,404 stitches. I just think it's stunning. And the other fully finish I had was my Strawberry Goose Witch. And I was working on this with a bunch of my Stitchy friends. And I'll have them listed below if you're interested. But this was on a 16 count fabric called Gaia from the Sewing Shop. I belong to Kayli's Fabric of the Month Club. So I use a lot of her fabrics. And this is 4,619 stitches. Now I did, however, omit, there's an oval frame around it. Vine Frog Stitching does a lot of oval frames, but the frame didn't quite work with the picture, so I omitted it. But I think she's just stunning. And this is a picture frame from Michael's. And this was on 16 count. Then I got a bunch of Stitchy kindness. The first thing I want to talk about is this little guy. He's my ATC card from Laura's Stitching by the Shore. Her swap she does of ATC cards. And this is called, it doesn't say what it's called, but it's a pattern by Lucy Heaton. And it's the 2025 Air Water Swap. And it was done by a lady named Gail Anderson. And it has little beads. And he's so cute. Now, I do believe one of the UK cross-stitcher magazines has a series of these little fellows. And they're just perfect for an ATC card. And I want to do some shout outs. First of all, Kathy of Kathy's Quilts and Stitching. I won a giveaway from her. So it's a very cute card. Then a sticker, which will be going on my water bottle as soon as I have shown you all it. Then I won Lizzie Kate, Be Your Own Kind of Beautiful. I love these little snippets. They are so cute. And another one I wasn't familiar with, but it's by Twisted Threads, and it's called December Joy. And it's just a little tiny gingham print. Let's see if I can get it to focus. No, it's not going to. But it is a little Santa Claus and Christmas tree in that. The other thing I'd like to talk about is Canada swaps. I got my gift from Heather, and she is the mirror image stitcher on Floss 2. She hand stitched the card. Now, she doesn't say where she got this pattern from, but I'm sure if you get a hold of her at the mirror image, she will let you know. And jam, yes, I am a toast and jam girl every morning, and it was so hard not to crack this open and get into it. Let me tell you, true temptation. She also sent some licorice, but the reason she sent the licorice is that I can use this as a finishing little metal box to do a small on, which is very thoughtful of her, beside the fact that I like licorice. And she sent me Cosmo Floss. I've never worked with Cosmo before, so I'll be doing probably a small Quaker to use this floss. And the big one. This is from Darling Dion, and it is, oops, just a second, I've got my notes here. Aunt Lenny's Berry Basket. And she put it on a basket that can hang on the wall. I just, look at the little buttons. What an amazing stitch. Heather, it is just so lovely. I'm so glad that you were part of Canada Swaps. Just set it safely over there. And I also want to thank Lindy Stitches, because I went to her Harvest Moon hangout. I've been to most of her weekend getaways, and I met so many wonderful people in the international room, along with several people I've repeatedly run into there. So it was nice catching up with other old friends, and it was so much fun. And there's one more piece of stitchy kindness I wanted to tell you about. My girlfriend Christine, a few months ago, gave me a pin holder, and I loved it so much. She made me another pin holder, and she makes these are wool felted balls, and these are just found objects, but I use her other one every day, and I'm so glad to have a partner to it. I think it's just adorable. This is made out of some kind of resin, or it almost feels wood, but it must be a resin or something. But it is just so adorable. So it stands on my stitching stand, and I use it all the time. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is Laura's ATC card again, because this is Christmas fireworks. And I finished this for the ATC air fire swap that is due right now. So I started it in September. I did finish the last few stitches in October, but I wanted to show this before it gets sent off. It's on 18 count Aida, and it's 206 stitches. And what happened was I just picked motifs out of the large chart. And I did this in one strand of CXC and one strand of a twill. So it does have a slight sparkle, but you can't see it. And this is the entire pattern. So lots of different shapes you could use for different things. And I wanted to take a minute and show you my book that I work with. Now this is a 25 by 27 monthly planner, and I plan out my month, and this is everything I've worked on for September. Isn't it just full? And the first thing, I gotta grab my notes again, I wanted to talk about was the witch's kitchen. This was my, I started this in September, and it was my 100 stitches a day project. So what I did was I did on the 1st and 2nd of September and one Zoom call, I did 1,720 stitches. And then from the 3rd to the 30th, I did 1,402 stitches for a total of 3,122 stitches, and it is at 64.7%. It's by the Tiny Modernist, and it's just on a 14 count Aida. Now, I didn't do the back stitching, and most of the back stitching is just the holding the vine leaves together. As you can see, I've already been working on it in October, because I hope to finish it before Halloween. And this is the entire. And this is one of her newer charts. Excuse me. The next one is a Nora Corbett. And this is Luna. I started her in February of 2024. And she's on an Amazon printed Aida, I believe it was called Celestial. So it's 8,101 total stitches. And in 2024, I did 1,902 stitches. And in September, for my whip go, I did 2,515 stitches, and I'm at 55%. And this month, I did all the black and green down here and all the black and green down here, so I could do October's stitching in pumpkins for Laura Stitching by the Shore, her pumpkin birthday sale. So this will also be in plans. And this is what it looks like when it's finished. And the next one is Cup of Cheer, and it's by Shannon Christine. And since I finished Noel last month, this is my new 24-25. I mean, the 24th day of the month and the 25th day of the month, I work on it every month. So this is my Christmas stitch, and this is Cup of Cheer, and the gingerbread boy, the cup of hot chocolate, and cup. And this is a sewing shop fabric again called Aurora Borealis. And it's 6,603 stitches for total. And in September, I did 1,387. I'm at 21%. And this is what it will look like. So cute. I think I'm going to do the Tim Hortons mug next, but I could go with the turquoise snowman mug because I love turquoise. The next is my peppermint purple. This is an old one. It's the 2023 Sal. I started it in January of 2023. And in August, I did these two here. And I did these four right here. So you can see I'm kind of getting down. I have, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 more to go. So my goal is to get this done. I'm trying to do 4 squares a month because I do not want to take it into 2026 no matter what. And I forgot, this is a peppermint purple. The next one is the Spring Quaker from Primrose Cottage. I started this in September, and it's in a 14 count white Aida. It's got 2,492 total stitches, and in September I did 1,178 stitches, and I'm at 47.2%. However, that was done in September. This is October's work already. Now, I didn't come up with this color scheme. I saw it on a Facebook group, and I have no idea whose design this color scheme was. So if you know, let me know, because I would love to let her know that I really like the way she chose the colors. And I couldn't find the original, so I popped on and got a copy, just got a picture off of the Primrose Road website. The next one is another Shannon Christine, and it's called Hello Winter. And I got 2,878 stitches in it in September, which left me at 63.2%. And what I did was all the bottom part. It's on 14 count Aida, and it's 4,549 stitches in total. And this is a set of seasonal stitches that Shannon Christine did. And this is the last one in the series. After that, I'll be flying off to Cape Breton Island to live with my daughter. But I'll show you all of them once I finish them together. It's so cute. The next one, I'm going to show you the picture first, is the Pearl Collector. Those of you who follow me, I love Joan Elliott, stitch a lot of Joan Elliott, never going to stop doing Joan Elliott. And this is the Pearl Collector, and she's my first mermaid. Hopefully not the last. And this is a fabric called Beach Ready by The Sewing Shop. It's 16 count Aida. In September, I did 730 stitches. So in September, I did all basically her lap and started into her thighs and part of her torso. So I did 730 stitches in September. I worked on it for 2 days. The next one is Enchanted Rachel, and I work on that frequently. It's a really big chart. It's almost 20,000 stitches with lots of beads and back stitching and metallics worked in. And in September, I did 1,118 stitches, and it puts me at 83%. And I did all her upper bodice, and I start working on a ribbon that goes around here. And this is on 14 count white Aida. So the skirt definitely was majority of the work. And I'm looking forward to starting her face and hair next. And the next one is my Edwardian dollhouse. It's my leap year sale that I work on the last 2 days of every month. I started this in February of 2024. Maria Diaz. And this month I worked on the sewing room. I did 806 stitches in the sewing room, and I'm now at 80.9%. So as you can see, this has been quite an intensive stitch. And underneath the sewing, these two rooms is the kitchen, the dining room, and then there's a front yard gate and a doorway to be done yet. So it's still another 1.5 years off to finish it before the end of the leap year, before the next leap year. And the last whip I worked on in September is the Sunflower Fairy. Yes, another Joan Elliott. But look at all the yellows and blues and greens. It's just irresistible. And this is a restart. I was doing it on a green fabric, and the fabric, I couldn't soften it up. I worked on it, and I just couldn't soften it up. So I went to another 14 count. It's called Dirty Martini by The Sewing Shop. And in September, I did 2,506 stitches. I worked in her skirt. and I am now at 11.3%. And those are all the projects I worked on. Now I do, well, you've heard me mention Laura already, but I worked on her September I Spy. So first one was Something at a Fair, and that was in the Witch's Kitchen, the pumpkins. Something apple colored, and that was the Pearl Collector, her bright green fins. My favorite apple is the Granny Smith, so it works for me. And 7 motifs in a project was the Spring Quaker. A pattern that starts with a P was the Pearl Collector. A candle scent. In the Cup of Cheer, there's a gingerbread, and I know that's a very popular winter candle scent. Shaped like a Star, my Christmas fireworks. Leaves, Witch's Kitchen has several sets of vines throughout the whole tier. A cozy project, Cup of Cheer. What's more cozy than a cup of hot chocolate in the wintertime? And a fun corn maze shape. And I thought about that, and Laura said to check out online, and of course I probably forgot to check out online. But I think Luna, with either the pumpkin shape or the witch's hat, would be really cool corn mazes, or even the witch herself. And then something in a history book, well, of course, my Edwardian dollhouse would fit that bill, because there are some glorious picture books full of Edwardian and Victorian dollhouses. And for my October plans, I want to finish Witch's Kitchen. I want to finish Hello Winter. And I'm also going to finish the Spring Quaker. We'll see how many fully finishes I get done, but we don't know for sure. But I do have 3 other fully finishes to show you. And these are from Shannon Christine has a Facebook group where she posts free patterns quite a lot. And so these are all from her Facebook group. And what I do is I just gather the fabric in the back and lace it a little bit. And this is just felt, sticky back felt. I get a big package at Amazon for probably, I'm saying around $10. It's not very expensive, and one package will do quite a few backs. And then I fully finished this one. And I fully finished this one. I plan on starting a kaleidoscope, which is this pattern right here. My friends and I are getting together and we're going to do a Yasmin's Made with Love stitch along. So I'm doing this one, and Melanie from Uplift Stitches is also doing this one. I believe Mary from Mary's Stitching Corner, Karen the Stitching Owl, and Laura Stitching by the Shore are also doing a different one. I know one of them is doing, it looks like a bat Quaker. It's really stunning. I didn't want to take on a really big project right now. And then of course, Laura's Stitching by the Shore, her pumpkin birthday. I'm going to do keep working on pumpkins. So this month I bought, oh no, I want to do the fabric first because it's got a bit of a story for it. And this was my fabric of the month. It's called Aubergine, I believe. No, Baba Ganoush. Sorry. Baba Ganoush is made of aubergine. But anyway, I love this fabric so much. I went and got a larger piece for Mermaid's Realm that I'll be starting probably not for a couple of months yet because I have a lot of other plans to work with. And when I bought the larger piece of Baba Ganoush, she sent me another needle minder. Isn't that so adorable, especially for the fall? And this was 16 count Ada. And patterns this month. Well, I bought the kaleidoscope from Yasmin's Made with Love. And then she had free patterns. So I picked up Summer Gonk, Happy Pumpkins, and 12 Days of Christmas. So what a good deal. Then Primrose Cottage, their freebie for September. It would just make a wonderful biscornu. So I'm not sure if I'll do a pillow or a biscornu finish, but I'd really like to get to that one. And then I was watching the Lola Crow interview on the Harvest Moon Hangout, and she was talking about this pattern. And this is a pattern that is linked to a charity. So if you made a charitable donation, which is putting books into kids' hands, which I'm always willing to support, I got that. So I hope to be able to start that after Christmas. And with my Shannon Christine, I subscribe to her patterns. So I got the Reindeer Snapshot, the Skeleton Gingerbread, Autumn Posies, and Autumn Vibes. Now, she also gives out freebies on her Facebook group frequently. And this one is called Early Morning. This one is the Floral Sheet Ghost. The Small Pumpkin Mug. Autumn Moon, of which she also did a larger one that's on her website that is really pretty. And then the Poison Mug. I also belong to Erin Elizabeth subscriber group, so I got the Watermelon Inn. And it's the last of a series of 4. And she also includes the Countryside Inn freebie with it. And I have been waiting for this for a year to get released on her website from their Halloween block party. So I picked up The Witch's House, The Candy House, and the one I wanted to stitch so badly, Frank's House. And I think this is going to be in my New Year's 12 by 12. So you'll have to watch out. And I want to thank you all for stopping by. If you like me and what I'm showing, please like, subscribe, and comment. I really like the comments because they let me know exactly what you want to see or hear about or hear more about. And I just want to, with the way the world is going today, it's on fire. Let's face it, it's on fire. Please be kind to the people you meet because you don't know how badly what's going on has affected them and how personally they might be really struggling. So please, please be kind and smile. People like a smile. And so please be true to yourself, stay safe, and I will see you in another month. Bye.